Welcome back inside the SCSN studios on the campus of Lawrence Technological University for the final episode of the 2022 version of State Champs W Hangtime, Michigan. My name is Elizabeth Coon, and joining me each and every week is Lexi Ayala.
Hangtime is powered by Lawrence Technological University. If you have the dream of playing college ball, Lawrence Tech has athletic and academic scholarships right now. You can recruit yourself by going to ltuathletics.com and click on the Recruit Yourself link.
Each week, we will interview a different coach from around the state, sponsored by the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan. And this week, we had a conversation with Plymouth Christian's head coach, Rod Windle.
Okay, let's not waste any more time and get into some quarterfinals action.
Let's start in Division 4. The Plymouth Christian Eagles were taking on the Genesee Christian Soldiers. Tight game in the first half, with the Soldiers taking a 2-point lead into the locker room, but the Eagles came out strong and didn't look back as they get the win 54-44. Haley Malbech and Morgan Hoke led the way with 15 points each.
Plymouth Christian beat Genesee Christian 74-43 earlier this season on January 4th. And if it wasn't for keep-away basketball in last night's game by the Eagles in the fourth quarter, the Soldiers might have been able to chip away at those last 10 points. But guard Morgan Hoke was resilient at the rim for her buckets and offensive boards, and guard Haley Malbech has a high release for easy money on spot-up shots. Plymouth Christian now advanced to Thursday's Division 4 semifinal against Adrian Lenawee Christian, state title winners in 2018 and 2019.
Moving up to Division 2 now, Edwardsburg with a close 2-point win over Wayland in the regional finals. They found themselves in a match with Grand Rapids West Catholic. This game was all West Catholic as they got the win 82-27. Anna Ignatoski came off the bench to lead West Catholic with 20 points, and Michigan State-bound Abby Kimball dropped 19. They'll face off with Country Day next.
This is GR West Catholic's first trip to the Breslin Center to play in the state's Final Four in 27 years. MSU's commit Abby Kimball gave a shout out to the community for showing up in busloads and supporting their historic season. In the Final Four, like you said, they'll face Detroit Country Day, but a little nugget. Back in 1995, the last time the Falcons made it to the Final Four, they lost to Country Day 44-32.
Finally, up in Division 1, we saw overtime as Midland Dow and Heartland got together. 32 minutes, not enough to settle this one, and it would be the Eagles from Heartland making their first trip to the Breslin Center, getting a 56-51 win. Gracie Mertz led the way for Heartland, picking up 16 points, and Abby Ray from Dow picked up a game-high 20.
Girl, Heartland's guard, Olivia Linden, said, "I'm going to the bank." And what do you know? The bank was open in the final seconds of regulation to send Midland Dow into overtime and come back from down 12 at the half to avenge a loss to Dow in last year's quarterfinals. Midland Dow's LTU commit forward Abby Ray scored a strong game-high 20 points, almost sealed the deal for Dow, especially when Dow fouled out the Eagles leader, North Dakota commit Amanda Roach, with 5:16 remaining in the game. But guard Gracie Metz promised Amanda that the team would get it done for her. This gives Heartland their first ever trip to the Breslin Center in program history, and the Eagles will now play Wayne Memorial Friday at the Breslin. And lastly, as Detroit Edison is preparing for their Division II semifinal, we want to give a special shout out to the Ruby Whitehorn winning Miss Basketball. Who's really surprised? The fourth straight Edison player to win the award. Congratulations, Ruby.
Hangtime is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. We need officials. More and more are retiring each year. It's a great way to make some good part-time money and to be sure the game of basketball continues to thrive in the state. Go to MHSAA.com for details. The Michigan Army National Guard is the official military outlet of the MHSAA. This show is also sponsored by the professionals with the Detroit Medical Center's physical therapy and sports medicine team. Check out this week's Game Changers.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramus from DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, and today on Game Changers, we're going to show you why the strongest athletes aren't always the best athletes. Great athletes know how to pulse their muscles. When we're in the gym strength testing athletes, the greatest athletes aren't always the strongest athletes. For example, in the NFL, the players who win the bench press competition, they aren't always the superstars on the field. Great athletes are great muscle pulsers. What does this mean? Well, first of all, any movement must start with the core being strong and stiff. And then immediately, whether it's the arms moving or the legs moving, they're going to move powerfully, but they're going to do so like a hammer. So you've got a stiff, rock-solid core and your arms moving or your legs moving quickly and powerfully. For this to happen, the arms can't stay contracted or the legs can't stay contracted. If they did, the muscle can't move and stretch. So it's this timing of contracting hard and then releasing as you're sprinting down the field or the court. And it all starts with a stiff core and the timing of those two between the core, your arms, and your legs. I'm here with Matt from Brother Rice High School, and Matt's going to demonstrate a punch. I think the punch is a great way to show how the pulse works effectively in sport. Let's start out. He's not going to stiffen his core because that's one of those important parts of the pulse. Look what happens if you don't stiffen the core. He's still got strength and bends the pad, but you can see it's not that power, that speed. Now we're going to demonstrate the pulse by initiating the punch with his core. Look how powerful this is. Now incorporate that pulse into a traditional exercise like the mountain climber push-up. Looks like this. Get into your push-up position. Core is stiff. As you drop into your push-up, stiffen your core, come up and drive that knee towards your chest. Then go back and repeat on the opposite side. Stiffen, boom, and come back. The pulse is happening right now. As you come up, your core stiffens out of that push-up, knee pops up. So you got a rock-solid core, stone-solid core with a hip moving quick. So incorporate the pulse into all of your strength training exercises. And for more information on training, contact the team at DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers. For more than 25 years, the greatest honor a Michigan high school student athlete can earn, the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's High School Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back, like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male and 6 female nominees earn $1,000 of scholarship money, with $5,000 each to be awarded at an amazing red carpet gala in downtown Detroit in June. The registration deadline now extended through March 25th. But know this, you cannot be nominated if you don't apply. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com.
Attention, Grand Rapids, starting right now. River City strikes gold.
And a hammer for Trayvon Duval.
Gold is dug up from the shadows. Gold is worked and refined. It's a process. And when you finally see it, nothing shines quite like gold.
We also invite you to listen to the Hangtime Companion audio podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We are thrilled to be partners once again with the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan, and BCAM would like to celebrate our great game by promoting the new One Team program. The coaches want to set an example all season long by showing signs of unity at games and other events. We talked with Plymouth Christian head coach Rod Windle. Let's take a look at a sample of that convo.
Coach, I want to talk a little bit about BCAM has introduced and officially launched the One Team campaign in an effort to promote unity among teams, schools, and communities. It is so important. What are some things you've done already or will do, whether it's coming together at games or a community activity, to promote unity on the court and respect for each other?
Yeah, I think our school, it's a privilege to coach at a Christian high school, and one of the traditions that really started back in 2013, and really an inspiration by Lenawee Christian, a sister school of ours, is to pray with opponents after games. And there's a big article in 2013 about the Athens game where our kids lost, and it was everybody wanted it. We wanted to get to the next level, but we pray with our opponents, and we did. And so we, win or lose, we come back together with our opponents and get in the prayer circle. We pray for good things in the lives of our opponents, and we're all in this together. And it's just great to see the MHSAA emphasizing that through handshakes and through different ways to communicate that in different school settings.
To hear the interview with Coach in its entirety, you'll have to check out the State Champs W Hangtime Companion podcast wherever you get your podcasts. All right, I want to do something a little different. Let's go rapid fire and give your predictions on these semifinal games taking place.
All right, I like to talk a lot, but I'll try my best.
We start in Division 3. It's Maple City Glen Lake versus Ipsy Arbor Prep.
This is a tough one for me, but I'm picking Ipsy Arbor Prep. They've defeated their 5 playoff opponents by an average of 46.2 points.
We also see Kent City taking on Madison Heights Bishop Foley.
I'm going for the underdog record-wise. Kent City's undefeated. Bishop Foley has 3 losses, but I'm picking Bishop Foley. I feel like they've had a tougher schedule to get here.
In Division 4, it's Baraga versus Fowler.
I'm picking Fowler because of a dynamic duo in the Riley sisters, Mia and Emma Riley, who have been dominating.
Lastly, in a nightcap Thursday, it's Adrian Lenawee Christian taking on Plymouth Christian.
Here, I'm rocking with Plymouth Christian as they beat Lenawee Christian earlier this season, but only by 2 points, so it's going to be a close one.
Friday now, Division 1, West Bloomfield and Rockford meet up at noon.
I'm picking WB for the sole reason that, through the leadership of Maya Hooper, they were the first Michigan team to beat Detroit Edison in 4 years.
Then we see Heartland versus Wayne Memorial.
My vote goes to Heartland. They showed last game that even without North Dakota commit Amanda Roach at the end, the rest of the team can close out the closest of games.
In Division 2, Grand Rapids West Catholic versus Detroit Country Day.
The Falcons haven't had many close games all season long, and I'm starting to think that's for a reason. I'm picking the MSU commit, Abby Kimball-led GR West Catholic to take this one.
And last semifinal game, Detroit Edison versus Ludington.
Liz, it's not a secret that I think Edison's newly announced Miss Basketball, Ruby Whitehorn, is going to lead Edison to another state title.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week and for Hangtime this year, but don't worry, we're not done yet. We'll be back one more time for state champs at the state finals next week from the Breslin Center. But until then, don't forget to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We're everywhere and we'll be posting highlights all weekend long. Thanks so much for watching. For Lexi, I'm Elizabeth, and we'll see you next time. State Champs W's Hangtime Michigan is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers 24 varsity sports from men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit l2athletics.com and recruit yourself. Hangtime is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Do you have a sports injury, or are you looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. The Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Athlete of the Year Award. Applications being accepted now for the male and female high school athletes of the year. Check out previous winners and download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com. Goodman Acker. Clients contact Goodman Acker during one of the most difficult periods of their life. Experienced, ethical, and work hard for you. Call 1-800-TRUSTED. And the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan. BCAM has launched the One Team campaign, celebrating the great game by promoting unity among teams, coaches, and communities. Find out more at bcam.org.